So, it's no secret that strip clubs have bad rep, right? It's practically the entire reason I made this channel in the first place. So it's a wonder why anyone in their right mind would ever consider even working at one. Like, after all, if you could do better, you would do better, wouldn't you? In the last episode, Too Smart to Strip, linked somewhere on this fucking page, I asked why it was so hard to believe that someone so smart and nice could ever want to be caught dead working as a lowly stripper. I got some amazing replies from you guys out there in the audience, and it sparked today's episode, in fact. Thank you, by the way, for watching. You watched! Yay! So, with that in mind, here's the top 5 reasons why you should be a stripper. So, obviously, there has to be some allure to the business, right? We can't just assume that every one of these women is a tragic victim of abuse, addiction, or some other crippling flaw that can't manage any other line of reputable work. With the hundreds of clubs in our country and the dozens of women who work in each club, it's kind of statistically impossible for all of them to fit that bill, or even for a majority of them to do so. So, what's the deal? At first, the most obvious answer seems to be the money. And while most entertainers are hesitant to give away the details on what they make, and rightfully so, I feel like I can safely tell you that it's definitely not the exuberant amounts that most have been led to believe it is. I guess I can say regular, non-feature entertainers, on average, tend to make the same as, say, a skilled tradesman. Of course, there are some nights that girls really do make bank, but many times those nights are few and far between. And most girls that don't live in giant cities that see a lot of action don't get the luxury of having $1,000 nights every night. So then, why not just become a marine engineer, a veterinarian, or a physician's assistant, or anything else aside from a stripper for that matter? Why not get a real job that pays? Well, I'm not saying that these ladies aren't capable of doing that. In fact, a lot of girls really are paying for their education while they are dancing, but the very simple reason comes down to time, with a lot of these ladies being moms, or a lot of these ladies going through school and doing all these things, and a lot of times paying for their own educations or being very independent. They need money fast, and dancing is a very good source that virtually hires anyone. I mean, think about it. Basically, what you're being presented is an opportunity to make about $100 a night just by being sexy, having no one touch you, being in charge, and basically being one hell of a fucking sales rep. Yeah, fuck you, Forever 21! I'ma show a titty! On a related note, almost every dancer mentioned this when I asked why they enjoy dancing. It's the freedom to create their own schedules. As independent contractors, dancers have the ability to work when they please. Granted, some clubs do ask that the ladies do their best to commit to a certain amount of days a week because, you know, business.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Now, but for real though, you really can't keep a business running when your main source of appeal only want to show up on payday weekends. No, I mean, a little structure is, it's nice. Still, for the most part, dancers have a huge say in when they do and do not work, which allows room for, other responsibilities like family, friends, social life, school, other jobs, what have you. The flexibility is amazing and, I believe, essential to live a healthy lifestyle. Again, I can't tell you how much I appreciated being able to have a life outside of work. I don't know about you, but I need time to go out, fuck off, and explore the world, do my own thing, and just reset, and basically live. Being an entertainer, stripper, dancer, what have you, it's exhausting work to begin with. Pole work is physically demanding, as are lap dances. You're gonna go through lots of physical excursions just to feel like nobody's watching you at all. There are nights where you seriously feel like, what the hell am I doing here? It's emotionally taxing, it's mentally taxing, and being able to have the liberty to just say, you know what, I'm not doing this today. I'm gonna go take my dog out to a dog park and have a smoothie and enjoy the sun. It's wonderful. Now, a lot of you may be like, well, oh, isn't that nice? Aren't you trying to coddle yourself? Listen up, chum. There's evidence to back up the fact that it's important for you to be able to have these liberties, to be able to go out and do these things, to be able to treat yourself once in a blue moon, especially if you're somebody involved in the night industry. Psychology Today published an article concerning the hazards of the graveyard shift, listing research that linked the night shift to developments of psychiatric issues, an increase in cancer risk, cardiovascular disease, obesity, digestive problems, and diabetes. A lot of this is due to the schedule going against your body's natural circadian rhythms. So, if they don't take time to decompress, dancers could suffer some pretty devastating and pretty real damage. As an entertainer, you could basically do whatever you want to your appearance. Tattoos? Sweet! Piercings? Nice! How many and where? You want the hair the color of Twilight Sparkle? Awesome! Go for it! Technically, the ladies of the industry can command any image they so desire. There are some places that have an image they go for, but enforcement of any such image is... See, we're reaching into a subject here that's very touchy, and I don't even want to begin to, approach that with a 10-foot pole. So, let's just leave it at, freedom of expression is fun. And strip clubs let you do that. Yeah. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but reason number 4 why you should be a stripper, if you want to, is because of the accessibility of the job. Anyone pretty much can get hired, and at any time, on the spot pretty much. And one of the responses I got from my viewers actually brought up another point about that I hadn't previously considered. Probably because I was a bit of a nerdy goody two-shoes. Whatever. Now, let's say when you were younger, you were kind of an idiot and you did something that got stamped on your permanent record. Now, depending on what state you live in, that stain might tarnish your record indefinitely, making employers reluctant to hire you. While hiring discrimination is certainly discouraged, people are human, so humans are always prone to a bit of bias, like it or not. So when you hold, Sally Sue's record over here, nice and squeaky clean, over to Mary Jo's 10-year-old mishap, better safe than sorry, right? So, unfortunately, it's an understandable reaction, but what it doesn't include is the fact that almost every employer has thought that way about Mary Jo, and now she's got those bills piling up, and the shutdown notices are at the door, and there's no way to earn an honest living. Well, shit, Mary Jo, what the hell are you gonna do? Eureka! A place that offers you the benefit of the doubt every time and gives more than a minimum wage so you can eat? Hot dog! In my last video, one of the replies pointed out that one of the problems that society has with strip clubs is that society doesn't necessarily need strippers. It's easy to say if your profession doesn't advance society by curing diseases or ending social injustice, that it is worth less than higher forms of employment, and therefore you are similarly worth less, that is to say, worthless. Again, the stigma remains. That certainly strikes a chord, and I have no doubt that many dancers in the profession are made to feel worthless at some point in time during their career. However, I will make an argument that stripping does have a positive purpose in society, in particular for the women who do it. As much as the industry can destroy those who get involved in it, being an exotic dancer can also bring personal fulfillment. Stripping can build confidence, social skill, problem-solving techniques, or promote sexual security and freedom. I've met many women who were able to overcome their body image issues while dancing, and others who were able to confront the flirty, sensual side of themselves and become comfortable with it. That's a lot harder to do than people initially think, for many reasons. Strangely enough, dancing is one of the few jobs where sexual harassment can be met with an assertive "fuck off" without fear of getting penalized for it. At least, if a man tries to attack you after you tell him off, there's usually a huge bouncer ready to back you up. In fact, if you find yourself in a well-run establishment, it can be one of the safest, most enjoyable places you'll ever work in. With the right mindset and preparedness and discipline going in, Stripping can be a fun, fulfilling job that keeps food on the table and offers many women a sense of financial ease and personal freedom. Granted, it's not for everyone. There are very real pitfalls that can take somebody off guard if they're not prepared for it. That's why one of my next coming videos is going to be top 5 reasons you shouldn't be a stripper. Yeah, it's crazy. Please hit like and subscribe so you can find out when that video drops. Also because it would make me happy. Also leave a comment below letting me know what you think of the show so far and why you, if you are a dancer out there, like your job. In the meantime, thank you so much guys for watching again. Until next time, doodles!